സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം 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 സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം
Namaste, namaste. Yeah. Is the audio is okay?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we'll start. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ददामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतडा जयद्रथजलागां धारनीलोपला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामपि कर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैर्णनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथासम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः. Om. Namaskaram and good morning to all. We have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 14th chapter, Guna-Thraya Vibhaaga Yogam. We completed up to verse number 20 and we will continue from verse number 21. Yeah. Another thing is, those who can keep their video on, please keep the video on. If not possible, it's fine. But those who can keep the video on, yes, you can please. Okay. So, 21st verse, Arjuna is asking this question. He is asking this question. Kairlingais strin gunan etan atito bhavati prabho किमाचारः कथं चैदान् त्रीन् गुणान् अतिवर्तते. Same thing Arjuna asked in the second chapter. The second chapter he asked Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. Right, so he asked the same question in the second chapter, 54th verse. There he asks, Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthitadih kim prabhasheta kim asita vrajeta kim. Same thing only. Kairlingaihi trin gunan etan atito bhavati prabho. What does that mean? Kairling. Hey, Arjuna asked, Prabho, etan trin gunan, Bhagavan, all these three gunas, atitaha kaihi lingaihi bhavati. What are the marks of the one who has transcended the three gunas? What are the marks? What are the how they behave? What are the symbols or how they behave? What are the marks of the one who Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha, same only, who has transcended the three gunas? Kim acharaha, how does he conduct himself in transactions? Kim acharaha, how does he conduct himself in this world? Etan trin gunan ativartate katham. It's a beautiful question. Asks, how does these three gunas can be transcended and still stay in this body? Okay. How is it possible to transcend this ativartate? How after transcending these three gunas, how is it possible to stay here? How is it possible to live in this world? That is what he is asking. How is it possible? Etan tri gunane adivartate katham. Is it possible to live without these three gunas? These doubts Arjuna has asked. Same question as Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. In Bhakti Yogam, 12th chapter also, Bhagavan explained about the Uttama Bhakta Lakshanam. Okay, there also Arjuna asks again. In the Bhakti Yogam also he asks, what are the marks of such an individual without these three gunas? Now, see, it is very important to know the qualities of a Jivan Mukta. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. We should know how a Jivan Mukta behaves in this world. Why? Because one is the state of a Jivan Mukta, we should know, because that is the sadhana for us. Okay, That is very important. Why we should know the marks of a Jivan Mukta, how a Jivan Mukta will behave, how he talks, how he conducts himself, etc. Why we should know? It is because by knowing that, that will be our practice, that will be our sadhana. That is the reason why we should know the marks of a Jivan Mukta. Unless and until we know the goal, say for example, we say that equanimity is the state of a Jivan Mukta, equanimity of the mind, right? Yogastah kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyau samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatvam is the yoga. That is a perfect definition of yoga. What is samatvam? Equanimity of the mind. Mind in total sama state, equanimity. This is the mark of a Jivan Mukta. When we know that this is the mark of a Jivan Mukta, naturally we will practice that. That will be our sadhana. We will bring the mind into an equanimity state whenever the mind is getting disturbed by whatsoever reason. It could be many reasons. It can be thousands and thousands of reasons as per the individual's location in life. So, bringing our mind back to equanimity is the sadhana. Okay, that is the reason we should know the marks of the qualities of a Jivan Mukta. Okay, then another thing, second thing is, when we see such attributes or such a quality in a Jivan Mukta, we know that okay, he is a Jnani, so that we can prostrate and do namaskaram to such siddhas, such Jnanis, and we get knowledge from them. So we should know the qualities. One is that becomes a sadhana for us. Second thing, when we see such qualities in such Jivan Muktas, we can go and do namaskaram or pranam to those Jivan Muktas and get Atmajnanam from them. So these are the reasons why it is important to know the marks of a Jivan Mukta. Then Bhagavan says, for 22nd verse, Prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrittani na nivrittani kamkshati. Hey Arjuna, Prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrittani na nivrittani kamkshati. Hey Arjuna, one second. Yeah. Hey Arjuna, Prakasham cha. Prakasham. What is Prakasham? Prakasham is the effect of Sattva Gunam is Prakasham, the luminosity or the light of knowledge. Right? Sattva Gunam. Sattva Gunam is the urge to know about Atma, urge to know self. That is Prakasham. So Prakasham cha pravrittim cha. Pravritti is activity. The effect of Rajogunam is pravritti. Okay, activities. Okay, doing this and that for fulfilling the desires. That is Rajogunam. In a righteous way, of course. Then Tamogunam. Tamogunam is delusion. The effect of Tamogunam is Moham, delusion. So Prakasham cha, pravrittim cha, mohameva. All these three gunas, when he neither hates these gunas when they are present, nor he longs after them or he desires after them when they are absent. Okay, that means a Brahmajnani neither desires when they are absent, when these gunas are absent, nor hates them when they are present, when these gunas are present. Why? Because Jivan Mukta knows that these gunas they belong to the Prakriti. These gunas are the attributes of the Prakriti. So already Krishna told in earlier, in the 19th verse we explained in detail, last class in detail we explained that gunas are for the prakriti, that is, this is connected with the names and forms. Okay, gunas are not in Atma. My identification is with Atma. I am that Brahman. I am not the Prakriti. These are all Maya. It is connected with Maya, including Sattva Guna. Okay. So these are, the Jivan Mukta knows clearly, assimilated that knowledge that Aham Brahmasmi. Whereas these gunas are, they belong to the Prakriti. Because of that reason, okay, Prakriti means this mind, okay, because of that reason, when these gunas are present, he doesn't hate them, and when they are absent, he doesn't long for them. Okay, see how can we find this in our own lives. See, someone can be in Sattva Guna, okay, one who wants to know this truth, wants to know what is there in Upanishads, and in this wants to understand, okay, that what is my true nature. All this is Sattva Guna. Okay, very very profound. This, the what I am going to tell is very profound one. So, and he does a lot of japas, do a lot of rituals, okay, do a lot of rituals, going to temples, do pujas and etc. All of this, they can get bound by this also. They can get bound by this also. How? We can see some, when they are old, okay, unable to do, or need not be old, otherwise also due to various reasons, they may not be able to do a japam on a day, or do any particular ritual on a day, or couldn't go to a temple for some reason, etc. They are bound. Bound means it causes a suffering to them. So this can happen to anyone, especially in old age. That is what I said. In old age, when people are incapable of doing a kind of certain kind of rituals at home, or a certain kind of japam, can't remember some mantras or some slokas, etc., then they start suffering. They feel that, oh my God, I am unable to do worship this. I couldn't go to the temple during that one particular auspicious day. Please understand, this is also bondage, because they belong to the mind. They belong to the mind. A Jivan Mukta knows clearly that these are the gunas of the mind. I am beyond these three gunas. Okay, but one thing we have to understand here, this thought that I am beyond these gunas will come only through Sattva Guna, because Sattva Guna is, what is Sattvam? Prakasham. Sattva Guna means Prakasham, okay, light of knowledge. I want to know self, that is Sattva Guna. But transcending this Sattva Guna is by knowing that even this Sattva Guna is bondage. Okay, so practically speaking, when somebody is old and or sick for whatsoever reason, if somebody is sick and unable to handle even the pujas or any of this, even studying Bhagavad Gita or listening to talks, etc., know that it is a bondage. When you know that it is not necessary, because see, these are also upadhis, we should know that these are all upadhis. These are all tools. Tools are not the destination. Okay, you can use a taxi to go to a destination. But taxi is not destination. The cab is not the destination. Once you reach the destination, you can get away with the taxi driver. You don't need the taxi and taxi driver. You have already reached the place. Okay, so that means once you have realized that Aham Brahmasmi, we don't need to remember the Bhagavad Gita verses. You don't need to know the Upanishad verses. Even people can even, because it is intelligence, it is the memory, it stays. Na jayate mriyade va kadachit, etc. Or mano buddhi ahankara chitta ninaham. All these are this in the memory and intellect. A person need not remember it. Okay, please understand, these are also tools. Tools are not the destination, but understanding it. See, we remember, we may not remember. We remember, we may not remember, but we are not bound by it. That is the point. Okay, so this is what Bhagavan says. Even sattva gunam also na dveshti, when it is not there. He doesn't hate a state when he is unable to stay, or unable to, he doesn't long for sattva gunam, nor he hates when it is not there. Similar to rajogunam and tamogunam also. See, a worldly person, see, every one of us has got all these three gunas in us. Everyone. Okay, no exception, everyone. But a rajoguna pradhana person, okay, you put that person in a confined space without much activity. Put him in a job. Or as a person who is so dynamic, you put him in a job where there is not much action. He will be unhappy because he wants to do that. That is bondage. He wants to be in action, at the center of action. Similarly, tamogunam also. Whereas a Jivan Mukta never hates when they are absent, or never even longs for that. So whatever is coming in front of that jnani, he continues doing it. He is not neither bound by doing it, or not even bound or hates when not doing it. That is the main point here. So again, prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrittani na divrittani kamkshati. That is, hey Arjuna, a Jivan Mukta neither hates light, activity and delusion. That is, he neither hates Sattva Gunam or Rajogunam or Tamogunam when they are absent or present, nor longs after them, nor desires them when they are absent. He is okay with anything. He is okay with anything. He is okay with all situations. A Jivan Mukta is okay with all situations. He can be anywhere. He can be a king, he can be a cobbler, he can be a Vaidika, he can be any job, or maybe a homemaker. Okay, man, woman, doesn't matter. He can be Indian, he can be in Kerala, Tamil Nadu or in Netherlands. Need not be only Indian. Anyone who is a Jivan Mukta will be free from all bondages, and he knows that these gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, belong to the Prakriti, and I am not Prakriti. I am not Maya. I am Brahman. I have transcended the three gunas. Okay. Now we will move to the 23rd verse. Yeah, 22nd verse. Because these are Maya. Maya means what? It is like mirage. Okay. When the water is present, when the water is seen on a desert, he knows that he is okay with that, because he knows this water doesn't exist. When the water is absent, he has got no problem with that either. Okay, a person who has the snake and rope story. When you know that when he sees a snake, he knows there is no snake, there is only rope there. And when he doesn't see a snake, only he sees a rope, there is no problem. He is not bothered that, oh, snake is not visible now, there is no problem. And when he sees a snake, then also he is not bothered, that he knows that there is no snake, there is only rope there. Okay, so these three gunas are like a snake. These three gunas are like a mirage water. Whether in the presence, whether in the absence, there is no problem for a Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta is ever free. He knows that. That is the mark of Jivan Mukta. Udasina vadasinaha gunairyo na vichalyate guna vartanda ityeva yovatishtati nengate. 23rd verse. Yaha, that gunatitaha, gunaha vartanti iti eva udasinavad asinaha. Gunaha vartanti iti eva. See, all these gunas belongs to the Prakriti. It is a Maya karyam. And knowing this very clearly, udasinavat asinaha. He is seated or he behaves as if indifferent. As if indifferent. Not really indifferent. Okay, it's not udasinaha, but as if he is indifferent. That is udasinavat asinaha gunaihi na vichalyate. He is undisturbed by the gunas. He is not disturbed by the gunas of the Prakriti. Avatishtati. He stays away knowing this with vivegam and na ingade. Na ingade means he stays in atmanubhavam. He stays in atmanishtha. Okay, he is in atmanishtha na ingade. He is undisturbed. So Gunatita is seated, this Jivan Mukta is seated as though indifferent, remaining detached to and undisturbed by the gunas. He is detached to the gunas, he is undisturbed by the gunas, and he is seated as though indifferent. Udasinavad. Udasinavad means he behaves as if unconcerned. Okay, as if unconcerned. As if unconcerned means, see, suppose two people are, say, like in chess, Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen. If they are having a game, chess game, he enjoys the game. He is not really that, oh, Gukesh won or Carlsen won. He behaves as if indifferent. He enjoys just like that. Same like any other. So two people are fighting, etc. Or two people are saying, he stays udasinavat. Udasinavat means he is indifferent, because these are all Maya karyams. Okay, in the game, we know that it is a game. That is the reason we are unconcerned. But in reality, if really something happens, we get worried. There also udasinavat. Udasinavat. He is really not, he stays unconcerned. Unconcerned does not mean not showing any love or affection. Please don't confuse. That is the reason why I am saying udasinavat. Okay. So, the experience of a gunatita or gunas are, see, gunas belong to, what are the functions of gunas is karma. Okay. The functions of guna is karma. The body is karma. The body belongs to gunas. Mind belongs to the gunas. Whereas I am not these gunas. That is why stays away from the gunas, detached, undisturbed by the gunas. And my true nature is Brahmam. Aham Brahmasmi. Okay, na dvesham, na ragam, etc. No dvesha, no ragam. No attachment, no hatred. We'll move to the 24th verse. So 23rd verse is very clear. Udasinavadasinaha gunairyo na vichalyate guna vartanda ityeva yovatishtati nengate samadukha sughaswasthaha. 24th verse. Samadukha sughaswasthaha samaloshtasmakanchanaha tulya priya priyodhiraha tulya nindatma samstutihi. One more time. Sama dukkha sugha swastaha sama loshtasma kanchanaha tulya priya priyodhiraha tulya nindatma samstutihi. Sama dukkha sugha. In pleasure and pain, Jivan Mukta never loses equanimity, never loses equanimity. The mind is always in samanila, sama state. Okay, always at peace. The peace is undisturbed for a Jivan Mukta in pleasure and pain. Swasthaha. Swasthaha means who is established in Atma Swarupam. So Swarupam is Atma. He is established in that. All the time thinking and contemplating said that my true nature is Atma, and once I realize that my true nature is Atma, I realize the same in everything around us. Everything is an appearance in consciousness. Okay, that is Swastaha, who remains established in Atma Swarupam. For that person, Sama Loshta Ashma Kanchanaha. Loshta Ashma Kanchanaha means a piece of clay or a stone or gold. Jivan Mukta is same, it is same, all these three are same for a Jivan Mukta. Why? Because everything is Atma for him. There is no difference between A or B, a human being or an animal or a plant or a piece of rock or a piece of gold or clay or anything or a human being. He sees only Brahman everywhere. He doesn't see anything else other than this. That is the reason why Loshta Ashma Kanchanaha, everything is same for him. Okay, some people say diamond, others it is just carbon only. It is no different from the coal. It is same. It's also carbon, that is also carbon. That is a refined carbon, they say. Only it is because of the scarcity of it, the price is more, and then during transaction it is. So there is no difference between this and that. Okay, but it is very difficult for a common man to understand this and behave that way. We don't handle that way. That is different. So Sama Loshta Ashma Kanchanaha means all these three are same for a Jivan Mukta. Means for a Jivan Mukta, A or B, whether it is a human being, whether it is air or the Panchabhutas or anything for that matter, whatever he sees is Brahman only. Okay, in Malayalam there is a beautiful verse. Yadunnu kanmadad Narayana Pratima. Whatever one sees, anything that is in front of the eyes is Narayana Pratima. It's an idol of Narayana. It's idol of Bhagavan. Yadunnu kelpadad Narayana Shrutigal. Anything that he hears, anything that is he hears, whether it is a dog's bark or a beautiful song or somebody is insulting or somebody is praising, whatever be the sound be, somebody is abusing, doesn't matter. It is Narayana Shrutigal. It is all the glory of Narayana that is coming out. That is what I am hearing. It is Bhagavan's sound. It is. So there is no difference between any sound. Let it be a bird, or let it be a crow, or let it be a beautiful song, or let it be a dog's bark, or somebody is shouting, or some praise, anything for that matter. Everything is Narayana Shrutigal. Yadunnu Chaivadadu Narayana Archanagal. All my actions, whatever I am doing, all my actions are an offering to God. Mean a puja to God, archana, a puja, an offering to God. Because he sees nothing other than God here. So that action that we do towards our family members or our father, mother, children or everyone, all actions, friends or in the office, any karma that we do, all the karma, all actions are an offering to God, because everything is God alone here. Let it be a puja sitting in the puja room, or an offering in the temple, or a normal day-to-day activity, cooking. Everything is a Bhagavad Archana. Yadunnu Chaivadada Narayana Archanagal. Yadunnu Idakka Hari Narayanaya Namaha. Yadunnu Idakka means because all these three are All these three are correct because everything is Narayana alone. Everything is that Parabrahmam alone. Sarvam Brahmamayam. That is what is called Samaloshtasma Kanchana. Okay, seeing everything as Brahman, for that person there is no difference between this and that, everything is God alone. Then Tulya Priya Apriyaha. Let the situations be favorable, likable, or let it be apriyam. Okay, let it go unfavorable. Whether it is favorable or unfavorable, it is same for me. Why? Because I don't need any external object for me to be happy. I don't need to acquire anything to be happy. See, priyam and apriyam happens. Priyam and apriyam. This duality comes when we desire something. Why do we desire something? We desire something because we lack something for our happiness. We miss something to be happy. But when we know our true nature, when we have this Atma Jnanam, we know that we don't need anything from outside to be happy. There, where what is priyam and what is apriyam? There is no likes, there is no favorable situation, there is no unfavorable situation, right? So in priyam, the priyam or apriyam, tulya. Both are same to him, both are same to us. Dhiraha. His buddhi is established in Atma. Who is that? Is dhiraha. Okay, dhi means buddhi. That buddhi, vyavasayatmika buddhi, that a buddhi which is established, which is always in Atma, dhiraha, tulya nindatma samstutihi. Whether somebody praises or somebody insults, it is all same. Who will praise? Friends will praise. And who will insult? Enemies will insult. So the concept of friend and enemy also is coming from Ninda and Atma Samstudihi. One who praises and one who insults, that is also same only. Okay, because I don't need anyone's praise to be happy, and I am neither unhappy because somebody said something. See, when somebody says something, what do they say? Oh, you are very fat, or you look so dark. Even now also, even after so many years, still also when a child is born, some old, not only old, others say that, oh, Sahappa irukkan. In Tamil you say Sahappa irukkan. Why do you say Sahappa irukkan? Why you say very fair? Fair, he is very fair, beautiful. Why? Other is not good or what? Right? These are all coming from Ajnanam. Okay? These are all coming from Ajnanam. So this praise or insult, all these praise and insult is connected with the body. Right? It's all connected with the body only. Somebody is tall, somebody is intelligent. Oh, you are too intelligent. It's a praise. What is it connected with? The intelligence belongs to the Atma or what? Intelligence is not connected with Atma. Intelligence is connected with the Buddhi. It is a Jada Vastu. Right? And somebody is, oh, he is very beautiful. It is connected with the body, very handsome. All that, all attributes are connected with the body, and all praises and Ninda is connected with the body only. A Jivan Mukta knows, I am not this body. So this will not affect. This Ninda and Stuti will be equal to me, because my true nature is Atma. I am Guna-Titaha. All the attributes do not belong to me. This is the knowledge. So in Sama Dukkha Sukha, Sama Dukkha Sukha, Swasthaha, Sama Loshtashma Kanchanaha, Tulya Priya Apriyaha, Dhiraha, Tulya Ninda Atma Samstutihi. Then 25th verse, Manapamanayos Tulyas Tulyo Mitrari Pakshayoho Sarvarambha Parityagi Gunatitasya Uchyate. Manam, avamanam, right? Honor and dishonor, success and failure, all that. Then tulya, mitra, ari, pakshayoho. Same to the friend and an enemy, okay, and has abandoned all new undertaking. Sarvarambha parityagi Guna-Atita sauchyate. And he is said to be transcended all gunas, Gunatitaha. He is a Jivan Muktaha, who earlier, whatever explained so far, and additionally, Manapamanayoho Tulyam, honor and dishonor. Okay, when somebody is insulting you or praising you, etc., on your success or failure, when somebody fails in something, people insult, and when somebody is in success in exams or in their business or wherever, people praise, and it is tulyam for him. For that individual, it is tulyam, because that person, that Jivan Mukta, knows, assimilated that Aham Brahmasmi. Okay. Then Mitra Hari Pakshayoho. Who is a Mitra? Who is a friend? One who praises is a friend. One who says Tali. Then one who claps the hand, he is a friend. One who insults, points a finger at you, he is the enemy. For as a Jivan Mukta, both are same. No difference between friend or a foe. Then Sarvarambha Parityagi doesn't start anything new for himself or herself. Okay, doesn't start anything for any self boosting or for earning more money or earning more name and fame or for more power. Doesn't start anything new for self. Oh, nothing starts for self, so the person might start something new for others. That's the question. I don't start anything for myself, yeah, okay, but can I start something new for the benefit of others? He might start, he or she might start, but there is absolutely no desire that I have to do. If I don't start, then it is something I miss. That attitude is not there. See, Krishna said very clearly earlier. What is that verse? Trishu lokeshu kinchana. Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. Hey Partha, me na asti trishu lokeshu kinchana kartavyam. There is nothing I have to do here in this world. That is the attitude of a Jivan Mukta. Trishu lokeshu, all these three words, I have nothing. Nanavaptam avaptavyam vartayevacha karmani. I do all this, but there is nothing to acquire for myself. There is nothing to acquire. Okay, and nothing I am missing. Nanavaptam avaptavyam vartayevacha karmani name parthasti kartavyam. So there is no kartavyam that I must do. That is not there. Because whatever to be done, I have done, and I am triptaha, I am content, I have got nothing to do in this world. With that attitude, one might start something new for the benefit of others, but it is nothing that I will fulfill, I will complete, or I will make sure. Not such attitude. That is a state of a Jivan Mukta. So Sarvarambha Parityagi means doesn't start anything new ventures for self, and for others. If someone starts it, there is no doership in it, that I will do it, I will finish it, without which I will be unhappy. That attitude will not be there. That is Sarvarambha Parityagi. That is Gunatitaha. So this Gunatitaha, so it is very difficult to judge a Gunatitaha. See this Manapamaneho, all the attributes which we discussed, Tulyam, Samam, Samam Sugha Dukkham, and Samaloshtasma Ganjanaha, Tulya Priya Priyaha. All these qualities we might find in people at certain situations. Okay, on every individual we can find in a particular situation this mana. Suppose for example a person who is in discussion, who is just, he was see there is a discussion between on the say share market for example. Okay, this individual is there in that, he said something and then everybody made fun of him. You keep quiet, you don't know anything about it, don't talk. Insult, no, it's an insult. So this person need not feel anything about it because he himself has got no ego in it. So does that mean that he is a Jivan Mukta? In that particular situation, that person had got this sama state, okay, equanimity. But you talk to him about the cricket, that person will have a big ego will come up immediately. There he cannot take insult. He will say, no, 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 you are wrong. And then he will come out with all his knowledge and then he starts getting annoyed by that. So going by in a particular situation, somebody behaves, see somebody loses some money in a business and he is very calm, quiet. He doesn't bother about it. Oh my God, he is a Jivan Mukta. We cannot come to a conclusion. Because if there is something else happening in the family, for example, wife said something or husband said something, this person get annoyed and then he can go to extremes. So that particular situation of losing money in a business or something, we cannot come to a conclusion. So we will never come to a conclusion that somebody is Gunatita considering one particular situation. So we have to study or understudy someone for a quite long period and then we can come to a conclusion. Even then it is impossible to judge someone is Gunatitaha, someone is Jivan Mukta or someone is not Jivan Mukta. There also we can make mistakes in judging others. So ultimately what is the point? We cannot know for sure who is Gunatitaha, etc. But these are the indications with which we can do introspection in ourselves. We can do a self-examination and we can refine ourselves and come to a state. That is why this is called Adhyatma. Know self first. Know self, knowing self. Understand ourselves. What are the gunas in us and refine it and then transcend the gunas. So we'll move to the 25th verse. 25th will be finished. Manapamanayos stulyastulyo mitraripakshayoho sarvarambha parityagi gunatitasya uchyate. Now Bhagavan is concluding this chapter. We'll go to 26th verse. Mam cha yo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samadityaidane brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Beautiful verse. Mam cha yo yaha avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samadityaidane brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Yaha cha, whoever, avyabhicharena bhakti yogena. Avyabhicharena means without any changes. That is constant. Vyabhicharam means go from one to another, etc. Moving from one to another is vyabhichara. Interest, lot of interest and devotion towards money. Then after some time, lot of devotion towards name and fame, and then lot of power and relations, etc. One after the other. When the mind is dwelling on money and other things, this is vyabhichara. When the when the mind is dwelling only on one thing, that is avyabhicharena. When focused on only Bhagavan, okay, avyabhicharena. Bhakti yogena. That bhakti, devotion, constant bhakti towards Bhagavan alone. I don't want anything other than Bhagavan. Bhagavan, Brahman, Atma, everything is same. Okay? Atma, Brahmedi, Paramatmeti, Bhagavanidi, Shabdyate. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Brahmedi, Paramatmeti, Bhagavanidi, Shabdyate. These are all three sounds which points to that one thing. That is Atma, that is also a word only, which is nothing but your consciousness. That consciousness is Bhagavan, that is God, whose mind is dwelling only on one. That is Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Rekha. There is only one. And when the mind is only focused on one thing, that is Avyabhichara Bhakti, that is Para Bhakti. Okay? So Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, that is Vyavasayatmika Bhakti. When the Buddhi is focused only on God, that alone Mamcha, Yaha cha Avyabhicharena Bhakti Yogena Mam Sevate, who is worshipping me. So whenever Krishna says me and mine, it is pointing to Paramatma. Bhagavan is talking as Paramatma. Brahman, he is talking as Brahman. Mam Sevate Saha, okay, he or she, that individual, that jiva, that jivatma, etan gunan samatitya. Etan gunan, the sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, etc. Samaditya. Transcends these three gunas. So, one who has got this avyabhichara bhakti, okay, that vyavasayatmika buddhi, that bhakti, ananya bhakti, and transcends these three gunas, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. He is qualified to remain as Brahman. He is qualified to Bhuyaya. Brahma Bhuyaya means who becomes, when you say, he is not becoming. It is not a becomingness. Okay, you won't become. What you do is you claim yourself. This is nothing that you become. You remain in self. Okay, your true nature is self. Our true nature is Brahman. That we claim. We remain. What we get rid of is Ragadveshas. Okay, so we are to get rid of the notion of gunas. We have to get rid of the notion of all attributes to us. I am this Brahmanaha, I am Kshatriyaha, I am tall, I am intelligent, I am this, I am that, I am human being, I am born and I will die, I have this age. All these are all belongs to the body and associated things. This is we are dropping off. Okay, we don't become Brahman. We are Brahman. We claim, we understand, we remain in. What we get rid of is all the wrong notions. Ajnanam we are dropping. Jnanam is our true nature. Okay, so Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate means he is qualified to remain as Brahman, qualified to stay as Brahman, to claim as Brahman. That is Brahma. That's not a Brahma with, not a knower of Brahman, not a knower of Brahman, but Brahman itself. Remain and claim and stay in our true nature. So, Mam cha yo abhyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. They only will get. Okay, if little bit of otherness is there, otherness is the other. The other notion comes with the body and associated things. So, if there is slightest notion that I am this body, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate will not happen, because that is Ajnana. Even if it is slightest, it is a covering. Okay, that is Sattva Guna is the lightest covering. It is good, not bad, but that also to be dropped. Okay, so by knowing our true self, knowing the true self is the highest bhakti. You don't need to go to temple, you don't need to do any pujas, there is no japam required. Okay, nothing is not bad. These things are not bad. Please don't misunderstand. But if someone can sit and then contemplate on my true nature, what is my true nature? Am I this body? Am I this mind? Is it something else inside? The body is constantly changing. Then is it the mind? Is it possible that I am, when I say I know it is not the body, but is it the mind? Then what is this mind? Mind is a cluster of thoughts only. How can that thought can be, suppose I there is a thought that I want to make a house, I want to build a house. It's a thought, right? It's just a thought. This thought is mind. Okay, I want to make a house. Suppose there is a thought, this sankalpam is the mind. How that thought can be me? That thought cannot be me, because mind is thought, and that thought is I want to make a house. How that thought can be me? So I am not this mind. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am that consciousness with which I know everything. I know a mind, I know a body, and I know the sense organs, and I understand whatever through the five sense organs. That I is the consciousness, that is my true nature, and that is what I am. That is knowledge. So this is the highest bhakti. When I know that I am consciousness, I understand it, I assimilate it, then I see the same thing in everything around me. I see that everything is consciousness. If I am consciousness, you are also consciousness. That dog is also consciousness. The sun is also consciousness. Everything around us is consciousness. That is Sarvam Brahmamayam. That is how Sarvam Brahmamayam comes. First I know that I am that consciousness, and I see the same thing in everything and around me. Sarvam Brahmamayam. In that I know that all the gunas are an appearance only. Everything is an appearance, like mirage water. Okay, and this is knowledge. This is the highest bhakti. This is the avyabhicharena bhakti. This is the real bhakti. Everything else can be done. Going to temples, doing pujas, chanting mantras, everything can be done. There is no problem with that. But with this knowledge, this has to be added with all the karmas. Whether we are cooking or in the office or go to the space, no problem at all. Do whatever you want, but add this one. Add this knowledge that Sarvam Brahmamayam. There is nothing other than Brahman. There is no I am not, I don't hate anyone, I have no attachment towards anyone. Okay, I love everyone the same, whether it is a foe, whether it is a friend, doesn't matter. I love everyone in this universe. There is only love here. I don't need anything from anyone or anything for me to be happy, because my true nature is Sukham. My true nature is Ananda Swarupamayam. Constantly we keep this thought inside us. That is the highest bhakti. That is the para bhakti. We'll move to the 27th verse. Brahmano hi pratisthaham amritasya vyayasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukhasya ikantikasya cha. For I am the abode of Brahman. I am immortal, the eternal dharma, immutable and absolute bliss that I am. Because so far I told I am Paramatma. In the previous verse also Bhagavan said Mam. You see, Mam cha yo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Mam sevate. So Krishna says Mam here means Brahman, because I am Paramatma, as I told in the previous verses. Aham amritasya. I am the immortal. I am the Shuddha Bodha Swarupam I am. Okay. I am immortal, amritasya, avyayasya cha. I am imperishable. I am neither born, neither dies. Na jayate mriyadeva kadachit. नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Hanyamane sharire, this body is hanyamanam. In that I am the immortal, that consciousness I am, Shuddha Swarupam I am, Amritasya, Avyayasya cha, Dharmasya cha. I am the protector of this universe. What is Dharmam? Dharmam is, Shankaracharya says, any action that takes you towards the Bhagavan. Any action that takes you to realize the self is the highest dharma. All dharmas, that general concept of being, love everyone, don't hate anyone, non-violence, all that, all that values of life which are not pertaining to any particular caste or any particular community, which is universal dharma. Okay, not hurting others, love everyone, ahimsa, etc. All these values are there in every religion, every country. All they will fall in place naturally by realizing the self, by realizing our true nature through this proper spiritual path. We will naturally have all these values naturally in us, and that alone will reach the real dharma. Okay, knowing the self will make us totally selfless. That is the real dharma, highest dharma. Then aikantikasya sukhasya ja, that absolute bliss. That absolute bliss means all other happiness in our transactions, in our vyavaharam, in our worldly life, there will be happiness, but they come and go. You have an ice cream, it will stay for a momentary only. You get some money, the happiness will be only temporary. Whereas this bliss, this happiness, this peace of mind by knowing the self will be ever. Okay, it will be aikantikasya sukhasya ja, it will be absolute bliss alone. There will be no corruption, there will be no scratch, there will be no disturbance at all. That sukham swarupam brahmanaha pratishtha, that is the abode of Brahman. So I am aham, it is the abode of Brahman, it is the brahmanaha pratishtha. Aham brahmasmi tattvamasi prajnanam brahma ayam atma brahma sarvam brahmamayam. There is nothing other than Brahman. That is what Bhagavan says here. Brahmano hi pratisthaham amritasya vyayasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sughasya ekantikasya cha. That means tattvamasi, you are that. Aham brahmasmi, I am that. So here there is nothing other than Brahman. That is the teaching of this chapter also. With this we are concluding the Guna-Thraya Vibhaaga Yogam, and next week onwards we will start with the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yogam. Om iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishnarjuna Samvade Guna-Traya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Chaturdashodhyayaha. Om Brahmarpanamastu. Hari Om.